have you been keeping well?
Um, when you take time out, to breathe and to take care of yourself, that's what happens.
But is it appropriate to ask you on camera how old you are?
I'm 60 years old.
Wow, congratulations. You look so young. Where have you been?
Well, I've been around,
What have you been doing?
catching up with myself. Once in a while, you've got to do that. You've got to take time out to spend time with family. Do things that you want to do. It's not always that you want to be in front of the camera, and taking care of my health. I wasn't well for some time, so that was one of the reasons, and I had a few operations, but I'm fine now.
You took a break while you were working on yourself. I'm sure you're monitoring all that was going on our screens. It's good to ask you what you make of what content we see in our movies now. Whether you watch them and you're happy, oh, we're making progress, or you're like, I think this is retrogression.
I think we're making progress. We're making a bit more can be done, story-wise, but I think we're making progress, with the exception that when it comes to diction, it's not everybody who, takes time to actually improve that. English is not our language. We use it administratively in Ghana. We have our local languages, which we speak beautifully and wonderfully. But then when you make the switch from English, from vernacular into English, there's a problem, especially when you're not paying attention. It's got nothing to do with the accent, so don't confuse that. It's being grammatically correct. When you're saying something, you've got to be listening to yourself. I think that this generation have not been taught that, because I'm coming from a generation where we were taught to pay attention. I mean, they'll knock you over the head. I'm not saying that it's something that should be done, but the teacher has got to explain to you the meaning of certain words and the emphasis that have got to be put on certain words.
Who are we to blame? Is it the parents? Is it the kind of teachers we have, the institutions we have? What do you think the problem?
Both. I'm not just because a child, when the child is ready, the teacher appears. I mean, if you have good teachers who are doing a good, I'm not saying we don't have good teachers, but there's so much that has gone into, I don't know whether everybody's become tired, but our teachers back in the day were very strict. When I say strict, I'm not saying talk about strict like they're knocking you over the head or making you feel bad. No, I mean, emphasis was put on whatever you were doing. Now, everybody is just like a reality world. Everybody has got a dream, and it's wonderful to want to have your dreams realized. But you have got to be guided, you have got to be groomed, you've got to be made, you've got to be prepared. Before you get that brilliance, it's got to be polished. And it's the same thing with any craft. Now, if you're being told that, oh, you're fantastic, and you let it go to your head, and you know deep down that, oh, no, I didn't really give my best, but, your ego is telling you, oh, yeah, you like the accolades, you like everybody making you feel good, and you're delivering rubbish. If you want to be in the entertainment world, you have got to work at it. Whether you're a model, you're a singer, you're a dancer, you're an actor, it takes work. And if you're not prepared to do the work, you will not get there. And it will just remain in your own little circle. You understand? Yeah. The international stage is very, very particular. The competition is stiff. And the stars that we see on our television, the foreign stars that we see on the television, whether they're actors or singers, it's taken them years of work. And they'll not be where they are at and receiving the kind of monies they are receiving if they don't do their job.
Is that to say that we are very eager for the stardom, we're not ready to work?
Yes, we are eager for the stardom, but we are not ready to, no, not that we're not ready, I wouldn't say that. Is that we have not really understood what we're getting ourselves into, especially the young ones. So who are you impacting?
You think there's more concentration on the glamour?
That's it. There's more concentration on how I'm looking, and that's it. And that's all that they're concerned about. And there's more to you than how you look.
Home Sweet Home, we always were eager to watch because we couldn't tell what was going to happen. But these days, it looks like the storylines are predictable. How different was your scripting back then from today's?
It was the way the writer wrote this, the storylines. They were not. You were meant to. The characters were supposed to be so complex that not that complex, but 1 minute you think that they're going to act one way, and they actually act the opposite. But today, no. I mean, like you said, it's very predictable how the story is going to end if you really pay attention to it, because it's so easy.
Who write the scripts now haven't taken their time to write scripts, or it's just because, Ghanaians will accept anything, so let's put anything there for them?
Yes, I mean, the public is much more intelligent than we give them credit for. If you keep on giving people rubbish, that's what they're going to expect. Do you understand? Everybody deserves the best. You deserve the best. The cameraman deserves the best. Why should he be given rubbish? Do you understand? The same way we watch foreign productions and we are enthralled and excited about it because they pay attention to the detail. You understand? But we always want to cut corners. And then you're happy with the mediocrity of it all? Why?
This is an issue of funding.
We have money. The money is not being put in the right places. That is why. If it's being managed properly, we have so much money in Africa, it's not funny. And we keep on saying there's no money. There's no money. But we have money for funerals, expensive funerals. We have money for going to buy expensive clothes and expensive cars. Where does that come from? But where the money should be put, then we say we don't have it, all of a sudden. And if you don't pay attention to your artists and sell your artists well for the outside, it's only now that it's beginning to have some effect. But, we still have a lot of work to do. But we are not branding ourselves well enough. And Ghana should we were the first to have independence, for goodness sake. And we don't pay attention to our arts. The people who are ambassadors to Ghana, we are not selling them. And we tell them that there's no money. It's pathetic.
People of the creative arts industry, let's see you come together. Here lies the case, just the Actors Guild have not been able to put themselves together as a proper house to go look for funding. Will it ever happen that anybody will take us serious if we can't even put our house in order?
We are not patriotic enough. We don't love ourselves enough. And that's the honest truth. Because if we loved ourselves enough, we'll put aside all our differences and work for the common good. Well, we have a lot. We have a lot to offer, the outside world. It's just that we don't believe that that we're good enough. I'm not saying everybody, don't get me wrong, but no real effort is being put into it. And those who are eager, they're not being given the push. What happens at the end of the day? Oh, there's no money.
From your time, and you're still acting though, till now, you want to juxtapose the two and say, yes, you talked about technology helping things, but do you think that we are doing better than back in the day when you were GBC Ultimate Paradise and all that? You think we are doing better now?
Well, we were doing it because we had a passion for it, don't get me wrong, because, we didn't just get into television or radio just for the luck of it, or because you'd look good. No, we did it because we had a passion for it. And back in the day, we were not being given any kind of big money. We were very, very passionate about what we were doing. Today, a lot of the youngsters see a lot of reality TV, and so they want that attention. Everybody is seeking for so much attention. They don't care how they get it as long as the camera is focused on them.
Why would we have that situation? Is because there's no keen competition amongst ourselves, and so the stars do not have competition So for anybody to
Yes, there's no competition. You know, I mean, for you to get on camera these days, you've got to either be half caste, big bosomed, big bottomed. If you're a woman, if you're a man, then you're a bit fair, or maybe you've got some kind of appealing looks. But your talent is what should be that gets you to where you are, not how you look. Unless, of course, they're looking for a specific look. If they're looking for a specific look, that's different. But in this part of our country, it's just like anything goes. And nothing is being polished because the people who are even recruiting these youngsters are not even polished themselves. There's too much fakeness. Everybody's just doing what they think that, oh, it's the in thing. Whether they're good dancers or good actors or good singers is an in thing. So I'm going to try some. I'm going to be a rapper. I mean, anybody can rap. You're not singing. You're just talking and, moving with the rhythm of the music. But to really be a singer, it takes a lot of work. We have a lot of promising young singers. But before you can get to them, some of them, they've gone way beyond the point of even trying to guide because they've made so much money and they don't think that anybody can tell them anything to do.
Let's talk about music now. Okay, so how did music come in then?
Well, music just came by luck. I mean, I come from a musically inclined family. My uncle was the late King Bruce. And so music was something that I heard from a very early age playing at home. But I never thought I'd be a singer. I mean, I love singing in the bathroom.
Do you enjoy today's music?
Some of it.
What type of music do you enjoy?
Well, I like my old R&B, music from my time. I'm not saying I don't like some of our rappers of today, but I'm not particularly crazy about rap. Nah.
But there's some Ghanaians who do R&B songs.
Yes, yeah. I mean, our Ghanaian artists, our Ghanaian singers are doing a fantastic job. They have come a long, long way. Really. And they're good. They're good. I'm not crazy about all the scantily dressed young ladies, showing their body parts. Is it really necessary to sell music? Do we really need that? It's a man's world. It's the men who are doing this. And so if we women say that we are not going to be sex symbols anymore, what are they going to do about it? Nothing. I mean, you want your woman to be at home, but yet you're ready to salivate over some sexy female that you see gravitating on the television, and then you say you respect women. You wouldn't want your wife or your daughter or your sister to be doing that. I'm saying it's a job. I'm not saying that because they're dancing that way they're promiscuous. No, that's a wrong impression. It's just an art and an act that they're performing on stage. People think that, oh, because she's a dancer, she's a loose woman. No. Some of these girls some of them are real prudes. Presumptions. You cannot presume or assume anything of anybody until you get to know them. You cannot.
The men will never approach them because it's already a perception.
It's their loss. I mean, something that, if something is meant to be for you, it will be yours. You don't have to fight for it. You see that fight thing again? So if you're a young woman and you're doing a job, whether you are a dancer or you're a singer or you're an actor, and some man thinks that you're a loose woman because of that particular job that you do, he's not meant to be in your life. You have to have somebody who is on the same page as you, who trusts you. Trust is paramount in a relationship. Good communication is paramount in a good relationship. But you see, because it has not been explained to them what it entails to be an actor or a singer or whatever, anything that has to do with the entertainment world is not real. Get it? It is all pretense. They are pretending.